Bitcoin seeing a rally all the way back up to the 12K area. If you would watch the previous video that we put out, you know that we had anticipated the move back up to 12K, and it looks like we have gotten that move. So is Bitcoin going to retrace from here on out, or are we going to continue pumping higher? Stay tuned for the video, find out, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, if you are brand new to this channel, we use the market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace alongside with the TI sequential by ToneVase and the market god buy and sell signals. So if you're interested in picking up some of those paid for indicators, you can check the links in the description box below. But we usually try to put out a video at least every single day. If not, I'm making private videos for my Patreon members that you can obviously check out through the Patreon link as well, and have access to our private trading group that is located in Discord, and also getting a lot of private content through the Patreon page as well too. So looking at the 15-minute chart to start off with, we can currently see that we did push all the way up to almost 12,060. We're seeing a little bit of a sell-off right now. It looks like we had a nice little adjustment back to the downside. We did take a long back here at where did we enter? We entered couple of days ago actually, and we had been waiting for this price movement here. You know, this was where I had been expecting the squeeze to happen, somewhere back here, and we've been kind of anticipating somewhat of a big price movement. So that was a couple of days ago. I think I put out my last video on Sunday, and then, you know, obviously our support resistance lines were getting tighter and tighter, and we were anticipating a pretty big move here. So we continued on sideways for a little while. We put in a long back here, I think yesterday, and we had a nice little pump up here to the top side, took some profit up here, and you know, now we're just kind of hanging right now. But if y'all are interested in seeing what our next position might be, feel free to join us in the Patreon page group. We are running a special as of right now, so I will pull up that for you here just 1 second. Let me see here. So we are running the 35% off special as of right now. You can go ahead and get signed up for it if you are interested. I will be running the 35% off special probably for the first week of September, and then after that special, it'll be regular normal price. So make sure you go ahead and get signed up with us now. Once you do sign up, you just want to make sure that you give me your Discord username so I can give you access to that private category on our Discord server. And then we do have our Path to Cryptocurrency course that is available if you are interested in grabbing that, picking it up. The early bird special is going on right now. We're currently making videos on DeFi projects right now, so learn a little bit more about the DeFi project and the DeFi realms, so that way you can go ahead and get started, get knowledgeable about it, learn a little bit more about staking. I believe that staking is probably going to be the future of cryptocurrency, proof of stake versus proof of work. So go ahead and start learning now. Pick up this beginner course, basically from beginning to end in cryptocurrency, if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about how to get started and how to safely store your crypto or stake your crypto too at that. So we go through all the different steps in there too. If you're interested, feel free to check that out. Let's go back into the charts here real quick. We are looking at let's go on into the 20-minute time frame, see what's going on here, and if I can get a little bit faster of a load time, that would be freaking awesome. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to probably refresh the page here, so hang with me as we work through the morning routine of getting our videos put out. So we're looking at the 20-minute time frame, I believe here. Here we go. Okay, and one thing to be kind of noting is our money flow also moving up. Our 15-minute time frame, the money flow was kind of wanting to move down possibly, but we have our VWAP that's also sitting right at about the 11,800 area as well. So you know, 11,800 is definitely a price target that we could come back down and retest. It does look like we are moving pretty far away from it. Now, if we do end up getting another pump up here to the top side, our VWAP will continue to rise up just a tad bit too. So that'll change very dynamically based on price movement as well too. Let's go on into our 30-minute time frame, and we'll turn off our support resistance areas and just kind of take a look at we'll turn on Market God, and we'll turn on our Aldo EMAs to get little bit of an idea of what's happening here. So we did have our market guide buy signal here on the 30-minute time frame pop off a couple hours ago, and gave us a nice little signal to maybe take a long position and move this to the upside. We are currently underneath some resistance as of right now. Our purple trend line sitting right above us. It looks like we are finding a little bit of resistance there. So we'll have to wait to see if Bitcoin's going to have the momentum and the volume to be able to push us through one of those purple trend lines there for us too as well. And then we can also see how our money flow is still in the green as of right now. We did have our momentum wave to the upside, but it does look like we are anticipating possibly a red dot here pretty soon on the 30-minute time frame. So something to take note of there. Maybe a little bit of a short-term sell-off possibly. We are having a little bit of a rounded money flow here on the 45-minute as well. Possibly a red dot that might be ready to form too. Here in the near-term future. 11,900 is where our 13 EMA is sitting at as of right now. So, you know, we could get that retracement back down. If Bitcoin wants to hold support above 12K, it's going to probably need a little bit more volume to get the price up past 12K and to maybe even hold support above it too as well. Currently seeing a nice little green dot here on the 1 hour as well. Money flow looking like it's kind of you know, trickling off just a tad bit, but kind of hanging on there. It could possibly start to move back to the upside. That is a firm possibility too. But you know, one thing to take note of here is that we were looking at these trend lines earlier, and you know, I go through you know, these pretty much every single day to see what the setups might be for us too as well. But we had some nice bullish breaks here, and this was a nice indication to take along for us as well too. You know, there was a kind of a little bit of a hesitancy to take the long position, but I felt confident enough. We took the long position. I signaled it to the group. I told them what I was looking at, and we went from there. So looking at the 90-minute time frame, we're also getting money flow that's also kind of pushing to the top side here, really nice too as well. We do have the green dot that's also wanting to move to the upside. But, you know, we could start to see a little bit of Christmas tree patterns that play out here. And then, you know, we'll have to go from there too as well. Going on into our 2-hour time frame. And before we jump into our 2-hour, let's talk a little bit here. We do have our YouTube membership that is available. So if I start to see people that sign up for the YouTube membership, I will start posting our private analysis videos in there as well too. But you get all that if you become a Patreon member as well. So this is just another way for you to stay up to date with us if you are interested in getting some of those private analysis videos as well. Let me see if I can. Okay. And then we have our newsletter that we send out periodically, usually at least, you know, once or twice a month, we'll send out a newsletter. But we are doing a $100 giveaway in one of our favorite altcoins once we reach 3,000 subs. So make sure that you go ahead and get signed up for the newsletter that we do have available. And then, you know, this is just an easy way for me to get back in touch with you if you do end up winning the $100 giveaway in one of our favorite altcoins. Then you can join our Discord server. It is available to the public. Once you join, just click the little green checkbox on the welcome page and you'll have full access to the Discord server. But obviously the Patreon private trading group page has its own private category in there that you do need to be you do have to pay for in order to join that as well. Then we also have our Telegram channel that is available. Stay up to date with some of the announcements we have going on, some of the sales we have going on too as well through the Telegram channel. If you are interested in joining that, let's jump back into the charts here, looking at the 2-hour money flow on a nice little rise here too as well. So that's you know, that looks relatively bullish for us right now. It has continued to you know, prove the bears wrong from here on out with little baby dips and then, you know, big price movements to the upside. So breaking clear resistance here too, all the way back from like these 12K areas, and it does look like we are seeing some rejection right about here at the 12K area as of right now. So what I could do is I could draw a trend line from here all the way over, and maybe set an alert for myself as well too, to signal if we do get a cross above there, because I think that that's going to be a pretty nice price movement to the upside if we do end up pushing through our 12K area as well. So let's go into our 4-hour chart here. here and see what's going on. Hopefully y'all are enjoying the music. This is something a little bit new that I'm doing for y'all, but I hope that y'all enjoy it too as well. And it kind of keeps me just, maintaining the vibe and, having a good time here on YouTube as well. So looking at the 4 hour, something to note here on Cipher B is that, our money flow is pushing very highly to the upside. It does look like we are breaking some resistance of where we kind of topped out at with other money flows, dating back to where we originally came up to the 12K area, had some consolidation, and now possibly, after the accumulation phase here and consolidation phase, possibly getting ready to push back to the upside with money coming back into this market on the 4 hour time frame. I would imagine it's going to be a little choppy from here on out. What I really want to see is a trend line break above here, right at about 12K. This trend line up here is sitting right at, 12.1K to say the least, but I'd probably want to see a daily close or a 4 hour close above the 12K area. So that's why I think that the bulls are really going to have to bring some volume in here in the next couple of hours to continue possibly this bullish momentum through the rest of the week, more or less. Looking at the 6 hour here too as well, we can also see that our money flow is still kind of just trickling off to the side right now. Maybe the market's kind of unsure whether or not it wants to continue providing liquidity into this market right now, and if buyers are going to continue buying, or I think they're a little bit unsure themselves right now. But if funding continues, then I do believe that we will see money start to come back into this market and start to push these mid time frames up just a tad bit more. Looking at the 8 hour time frame here, you can also see the money flow on the 8 hours looking pretty nice here to a steady incline and increase. You can see that the blue momentum wave is also on a steady increase to the upside here as well, possibly putting in somewhat of a little bit of a rounded structure here. These are some things that I like to look for on Market Cipher as well too, but something to this effect where it's kind of just like these like little wave patterns here, and you can almost draw them the other way if you wanted to, but this is kind of like what we like to look for on Cipher B as well, and then possibly coming back down the other way, giving us a substantial amount of time, but that's just something to take note of as well. Let me see if I can get rid of these. All right, cool. So it does possibly look like we are ready to start moving back to the upside. This was another time frame that I was also looking at for a bearish break. We had a close eye on our purple trend line here too as well for maybe a possible bearish break to the downside. We are getting a buy signal here on our 8 hour with market guide, so that is not to be ignored as well. And then as we start to move into some of these higher time frames, we'll consider some of the whales buy and sell signals too. So going on into the 12 hour time frame, we're going to take a look at this as well. We like to look at all the time frames and play to the best of our ability based on all the fractal patterns that are happening, right? Then you can see on our 12 hour, money flow is still looking like it's kind of moving sideways, but possibly getting a nice little clip to the upside here. The blue momentum wave is also moving to the upside. We do have a buy signal here on the 12 hour with market guide and our whales buy and sell signal. Moving on into the 21 hour time frame, starting to see our first extended bullish count here too as well. We have a topping out 9 on the sequential, so that's just something to take note of as well. You can kind of see how big of a rejection we've gotten so far, with prices being pushed all the way back down to where this wick really just couldn't hold its stability just right above the 12K area. Now that could change, but it does look like we are getting an extended bull count here to the upside. Also our blue wave on our 21 hours looking like it's going to be relatively bullish for the next couple of hours too as well. So let's go on into our daily time frame, and before we continue there, let's go back to the our paid ads here. So we use the premium plan on TradingView as well. If y'all are interested in upgrading, check the links in the description box below. If you are using Market Cipher, I would at least recommend you have the Pro or the Pro Plus plan. Just allows you to have a few more indicators on the screen, such as the Aldo EMAs, which is a custom indicator I teach you how to set up inside of our Patreon page as well. So if you're interested in setting up your charts like mine, feel free to join the Patreon page, and I'll, you can look for all these YouTube videos on the Patreon page as well too. If you're having issues finding them, then feel free to message me and I can help you out with that too. But then also we have our whales buy and sell signals too, which is uses a custom parameter that we've programmed to help us trade a little bit better. So I tell you how to set all that up inside of the Patreon page if you're interested. So let's go on into our 2-day chart here. You can also see, let's go back to our 1-day. You can see our money flow still looking pretty nice here. Our momentum waves crossing above our 0 pivot point, looking relatively bullish. We have a green arrow to the upside here on the 1-day, as well as telling us that we've broken some nice little trend line resistance area too. Last time we had a green triangle to the upside, we had a substantial rally after that. So this could just be our consolidation accumulation phase before we start to continue further to the upside. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards, although we have to remain very cautious and expect downturns when they are plausible too as well. Still seeing an extended bear count here on the 2-day, green dot that is also forming on the 2-day as well, possibly wanting to give us a trigger wave, which could lead to a little bit of a bearish setup for us as well too. Looking at the 3-day, we did have this sell signal back here. I thought, this might be more of a little bit of a fake out. It does look like it wants to play out that way. We're seeing an extended bull count here on the 3-day as well that is starting to form, possibly a green dot that is going to be ready to signal for us in the next couple of days as well too. 4-day sell signal did confirm, but we can also see that we may be getting a green dot here pretty soon. We had a nice little bullish candle here to the upside, green candle, right after this 4-day did confirm. So just remaining cautious, but also looking at what's in front of us and not being scared to take it from one direction to the other. No sign of a sell signal here yet on our 5-day. Money flow still looking pretty steady though. We do have a imperfect 9 here on our 5-day as well too. We won't close this until the 2nd, so I believe tomorrow we'll close this as well. So if this is an imperfect 9 to the top side, let's see if we can retrace back and see last time we've gotten imperfect 9s on our 5-day chart. I'm not really seeing any imperfect 9s. I see more perfect 9s, but we cannot ignore the imperfect 9 too as well. I would say that we do need to be considerate of it and possibly expect maybe a little bit of a retrace too as well. So yeah, something to take note of there that we can also go back and reevaluate at a later time. But this could confirm by tomorrow. I would say that we probably need to close above the other candle. Or if we start to see a bullish extended bull count here on our 5-day candle when it closes, then that's also going to be an indication that we can continue higher. So I'll be sure to let my Patreon members know right when that is going to happen, and they can be expected to stay up to date with that too as well. But guys, other than that, I think that's about it for today's video. Things are looking pretty good. We've had some really nice trades in the Patreon trading group page as well too. So if you are interested in joining us in that Patreon page, feel free to check it out. Links in the description box below to join us in the trading group. Like I said, I have the 35% off special that is running right now. And I will leave it open for at least the first week of September. And then other than that, if you're interested in trading, leverage trading, can check out Bybit, PrimeXBT, or FimX. I have links in the description box below. And then also, if you want to earn some passive income inside of the crypto space, check out the Brave browser or check out CryptoTab browser as well. And then follow us on our social media. Be highly appreciative of that, such as Twitter. And without further ado, I think we'll go ahead and end it here. So CTO, cue that intro. Let's go. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.